This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learn to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS Major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the Good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Let's talk about a loving mom, okay? She's from Boston, so of course she's awesome, right?
Of course she is. I mean, eventually they got to find one awesome person, but you know.
Well, you know, it's not that difficult. I mean, because again, it is Boston. Her name is Beth, and she's looking for a date for her 30-year-old daughter, Molly. So what Beth did is she bought a Times Square billboard in New York City to get the word out.
That's not embarrassing at all.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I don't know how Molly feels about it, but yeah, I think I'd be embarrassed a little bit.
I hope she ran it by Molly before. Hey, surprise! Guess what I got you for Christmas? What? A giant billboard in Times Square saying you're desperate for a date.
Yeah, and I don't know if she ran this by Molly because the article goes on to say that this dating app called Wingman arranged for this display, which has a link to the dating profile that Beth, the mom, set up for Molly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much say Molly has had in all this.
You said Molly's 30?
Yeah.
Oh, the pressure.
I know. I think that's one of those weird conversations you're supposed to have at Christmas, but not on a billboard. Like,
no.
When are you getting married, dear?
This is totally me because as far as like the mom is 61 years old, the daughter's 30. Of course, my daughter just turned 30. I'm 61. So like this could be me. Like this could be like a dilemma in my life going like, I don't know, man. I mean, because it's the other way around. I mean, Sarah's, she's engaged, but there's Joey D's.
Yeah, but are you going to get him a billboard? I mean, you probably won't even spring for like a outside of a fence and a place in Yelm or something like that. Like, I can't see you doing that.
Well, you start where you can, Steve. So somebody get me in touch with that fence holder in Yelm. Let's get this done for Joey D's.
I just looked into the app. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like you give the app to a friend. You say, you're going to swipe for me. You're going to find the person for me.
Wingman. Okay.
And so she made her mom her wingman.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying that Molly pretty much knows what's up.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Then that's quite the wingman or wing woman. I mean, she stepped it up and got a billboard for her.
Yeah, she surely did. And look, I mean, there's a little bit of sadness to the story, and you feel like you really can't hate on Molly because she was diagnosed with breast cancer, hopes to be around for at least 2 years. So, if that's all she thinks she has left, she's just trying to make sure her kids are happy, and she's got a happily married son, so she wants Molly to have a good life going forward, especially if she's not going to be around.
Oh, you made it sound like Molly had breast cancer. So the mom has breast cancer.
The mom, yeah. So gotcha. Yeah, mom's the one that was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yeah.
That's I mean, how do you give her a hard time about that now?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it really.
How dare you want to see your daughter happy before you leave this planet?
Yeah, so she said that they both saw the 47-foot by 25-foot billboard for themselves over the weekend. And is that Molly right there?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why she needs any help You know what I mean? Unless this is just a tough time and people don't ask people out anymore. I don't know. I haven't been dating.
She might not be having a hard time finding a date, but maybe she's having a hard time finding a good date.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
based on Vicky's response right there, I think we answered that question. There's a lot of idiots in this world.
I was saying, you can find a date, no problem, but a lot of them, no.
Right. Well, yeah. You know what? I really, if that was the case back in my day, I should have swung a lot more. I really just, said, all right, you know what? I'm not going to go talk to that person. They'd never want anything to do with me. Not realizing that, you know what? A lot of good candidates weren't going up to him, and I could have been that guy. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's, does
this not sound like the premise to like a Hallmark movie though?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, it surely does.
Yeah, maybe Lifetime at the top, but
they need to like buy the rights for this.
Yeah.
Oh, they probably don't even buy the rights. They'll just do it. And
they'll just,
But
you don't got to buy the rights, Steve. What are you talking about? You always borrow what you see out in the real world.
Truth.
It depends on what network it's going to go to, depending on if she actually finds a date and gets married, or if she goes down the single route and finds herself.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? It's like, that was kind of the thing.
She finds herself. I almost feel like that goes to theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
With Sandra
Steve is
Bullock.
right.
Yeah.
Steve is right, Danny. If you find yourself, that elevates the Hallmark. I mean, Hollywood's calling.
That's when you get Sandra Bullock involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're getting the chick from Full House.
Candace Cameron.
Yes.
You're right.
Wow. I can't even remember her name.
She changed her name legally to the chick from Full House.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Happened during the new year.
Well, I got news for you. It is easier to remember. I mean, it rolls right off the tongue. This billboard's going to be up for a month. Now, here's another thing. And then Molly has a really cool job. She works in medical sales. So, we know that was a good job for Penny and for Bernadette, and that's like real life, right? I mean,
that was totally a documentary.
Yeah, it was. The Big Bang Theory was a documentary.
Yeah,
those were two very awesome ladies. So, I mean, again, I don't understand why Molly can't find a date. I mean, because, everybody loves
she's so
Bernadette.
busy with her work. She's consumed with the job. She just doesn't have time
to
deal with all the idiots out there in this world.
Well,
it's time to bring in the wingman.
You really do watch a lot of Hallmark, don't you?
Yes.
Especially in January.
Yeah,
dude. They're so fresh off of everything.
I'm fresh off of the Christmas run of Hallmark movies.
Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, yeah. And now here's another great thing about Molly. Here's her ideal first date. She says, all I want to do is something low stakes, like go out and play pool. Are you kidding me? I mean, you see a picture of Molly. She's got a job in medical sales. She just wants to go out and play pool in the first date. How does she not have a bunch of people banging on her door right now?
Well, I would imagine she has a lot of people banging on her door. She just doesn't want to bang back. I don't know how.
You mean there's not one cool dude in that group wow. I feel like any dude who's like a good dude would appreciate a Molly.
We have the cool dude.
Oh, really?
I can't believe you haven't even suggested it, being that you are from Massachusetts. She's from Massachusetts.
That's a good point.
She needs love. She's in her 30s. We know someone that needs love is in his 30s.
And you've literally played matchmaker before with me like a decade ago.
Yeah, you flew women out to Seattle to go on a date with your son and with the rep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the time, I'm not too sure if that was too legal. I think that could have been called prostitution, but we're going to just let that go right now and just say we're just matching.
I said we bring your son in and see if this is a match we need to make.
Yeah, here he goes.
Has he seen this picture of Beth to see if if it's somebody he finds interesting?
Well, that'll be our first question, I guess.
Now, here's the problem. Are you ready?
Oh, wait. What's the problem?
Well, I think, now listen, it's my kid, so of course I'm biased, but she's hoping to find a smart, kind, and humorous man.
Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Wait, which one am I not?
Yeah.
You figure it out. I can't pump your tires all the way and be like, he's 3 out of 3. I got to leave you wondering.
If you can't figure it out, I think we know which one he's not.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you say, Joe? Do we need to respond?
Yeah, let's do it. That sounds like fun. I didn't believe that one at all.
See, these are the kind of guys she probably doesn't want to date.
Hey, look, not for nothing, but do we do a radio thing here? Can we somehow get in touch? There's a billboard. Do we just say, hey, look, here's a kid that's, he's got roots in Massachusetts. How do we get in touch with her?
I think we got to do it on the up and up. They want to have it done through a Wingman app.
Yeah.
Joe needs to get on Wingman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you got to do it? You got to join Wingman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here, I'm sending you the link right now, Joe.
Yeah, Joe starts it and we all do that if this whole thing doesn't work out.
Why don't we then? Screw. No, that's rude. But
is it?
Forget Molly.
Oh, wow.
Why don't we just set up our own wingman app for Joe, and we're the wingmen?
Yeah. Okay,
I like
then.
this.
Well, are you in for this?
I'm in. I mean, yes, I agree, but I don't know because Sarah and I have tried to play wingman so many times for Joe, and every single time, and nothing happens. It's Joe.
You guys are usually drunk when you're doing that. You guys aren't the most flattering
Give me an
people when you're
example,
drunk.
though. Give me an example of like how it didn't work out.
Well, many times Sarah has just straight up said, "Hey, this is my brother. Here's his number. Call him." When we're out and no one calls. No offense, Joe.
Wow.
And then there's been many times where we've been at the bar and just talking Joe up. And then Joe comes over and then, fair. And then Joe comes over and says, here's my number.
I've seen
I'm going to take your number. And then you can text us and we can text each other. And then that's the end of the conversation.
Well, in all fairness, they do text each other, but he didn't factor in that they have boyfriends.
Yes.
And I always forget to do that.
Apparently there are a lot of roadblocks to this, and I'm not. So are we really going to invest our money in Wingman if in fact we really,
I don't
know. I'm looking.
If we have to pay for this crap, then no, BJ.
Exactly. I mean, I still look. If the mom wants her to go on a date, though, you got to go. What if you just go? Look, let me call her. I got to go through Wingman. Yes. I mean, you got a big billboard, and I got to go through Wingman.
They spent all that money and effort to get a billboard up there, and you don't want to do it the way that they want you to do it. That's a red flag right off the get go.
That's true.
This guy thinks he's above our process.
Well, I don't care about Wingman. I care about Molly, right? That's what I just like. Let me call Molly directly. What do I need to deal with a third party? That's how I would think in my brain.
But that's not how they want it, man.
I know, yeah. See, Wingman doesn't care about Molly. They care about the dollar signs, baby. And I'm not participating in the system, Steve. I ain't doing it.
Look at you rebel.
I'm going rogue.
You're like the Rage Against the Machine of dating, man.
That's exactly it, buddy. That's right. I am fighting the man, fighting the power.
Would you be, man, I don't know if we should have BJ be your wingman.
Oh, no way.
No, I think it should be all of us.
Listen, the only way I'm a good wingman is if I make everybody look good. I make everybody look good.
No, it doesn't matter what you do. You will eventually ask about the relationship with their father, and they're going to get off the train and never be seen again.
But you know what? I've improved. I've improved since then. Don't worry, I've improved since then.
It's been like 15 years. Okay, I'd hope you'd improve in 15 years.
Look, did I get in the way of your marriage? You're a happily married man. I didn't say anything to your wife ever to make her go cry and leave you.
Well, because I kept her away from you still to this day. See that?
You know what? That is a really good point.
Even at the wedding, I was not allowed to even say hello. I had to go,
We had 3 cops, and one of them was the magician, just to keep you away from her.
Yeah, everyone kept saying, we'll pass along your sentiments to the bride. Thank you so much.
I was like, hey, magician, you got to make somebody disappear if something happens, just so you know.
Well, you know what? All I know is I haven't screwed anything up. You guys are still happily married. It's been how many years? Come on. It's been
over 10. 11.
Are you sure?
Well, 11 is over 10, Rev.
Okay.
Duh.
Yeah, we thought that 11 probably should be the first answer. That's why we're not sure if you're sure.
Well, I'm just flushing it out. It's early.
I've looked around. I don't see anything that you need to pay, so it looks like a free app.
Wingman's a free app. All right.
One texter says, I think this sounds like a scam drumming up business for Wingman. Us or her?
Look, we live in America. Yes. Everything is a scam for somebody's business. Let's be honest. All right. Well, if Joey Dees is in for it and he can sign up for Wingman, all right, Vicky, you think you'd be a good Wingman? Why don't you see if you can get Joey and Molly together? Maybe.
Oh, we're still sticking with the Molly thing? What? I
think Molly. She's a Massachusetts.
Joe.
Yeah, she's a Massachusetts girl who's got a job in medical like Penny and Bernadette.
Oh my God.
To me, it's a dream come true.
Are they who's moving to where?
Yeah, exactly.
What if it works out? Then either Joe's going to move to Massachusetts or she's moving to Seattle, and her mom's sick. I don't think she's going to do that.
Bye, Joe.
I've seen these Hallmark movies.
But Joey Dees is a Patriots fan, so I feel like, you know what? He'd get to be closer to his grandmother. I think maybe he'd make the move.
Joe makes the move, and then all of a sudden romance sparks, but then he has to come back to Seattle because his work was just making him come back to there. And then they didn't go there.
I can't take these. I can't take these scenarios anymore. My God, Steve, how come you haven't got a job for the Hallmark Channel? You should be one of their writers.
They don't need anyone. They just look at the last script and just repeat it.
That is a good point. They haven't had a writer since 1973.
They're like, well, we placed the chick from Party of Five with the chick from Full House, and it's a whole different movie.
Look at this, and you know what? You could be their casting director too. I mean, if they hire you, they have movies for the next 2 decades. All right, wait. So we'll get Steve a new job, Joe a new girl in a new town. This is all working well.
2022's off to a bang.
Woo! All right. Well, here's a question. We want to know this, since we're talking about relationships and romance. Why would a woman get married to the color pink? Oh, Steve's going to tell you why. He's got the Migs Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. And happy National Bean Day.
Bean?
Yeah. All right, some beans, man.
All right, it's the musical fruit.
Yes, the more you eat, you know it, Vicky. Yeah. So where are we going? Refried, pinto, garbanzo, jelly?
Refried right now, I think, yeah.
Refried.
Yeah, refried. You can't go wrong. Black beans.
Black beans are awesome.
I always lean towards the black bean when they ask for, like, on my Chipotle.
Dude, my girlfriend makes a really good black bean tostada, and it's like all vegetarian, and that's the only kind of vegetarian food I like because it's so spicy and delicious.
How do we feel about jelly beans, though?
Jelly beans. Wow.
I'll eat them if they're in front of me, but I'll never go out of my way to get them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the Harry Potter jelly beans, you know, that could be any flavor. Those are always fun.
No, those are gross because they have weird ones like snot and vomit.
Well, let's see. You take a chance, buddy.
I'm not taking that chance, man.
Man, people always have a blast of that at parties. They're like, we got the beans, that jelly beans, that some of them are nasty and some aren't. I'm like, well, why do I want to play this game?
Yeah, right.
That's the thing, man. I mean, it's the magic of Harry Potter.
Yeah. So I wouldn't come in with like a tray of beers and be like, here's some fun game. One of them I hot the loogie in.
Oh, yeah, God.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
No?
Yeah, I mean, that's really got your bodily fluids in there. It's a little bit different, but, you know.
I just wanted to have a reason to use the term hockaloogie.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in a long time.
I don't know. I don't remember the last time I heard that.
I feel like I'm 17 again, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just wild. You were probably back to the 70s with that particular lingo.
Also, today's the day that, I don't know if anyone hasn't done it yet, but today's the day you got to do it, and that's National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We took it down like right at New Year's Day, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the weekend.
Yeah, my wife is always this thing called Little Christmas. I don't know when it is, but I think it's this weekend. It's like it feels like it's the weekend after New Year's. They call it Little Christmas, and then after that you take it down. At least in our family tradition. Back,
I remember saying that. Yeah, I never heard that until you brought it up. Usually, I knew that the 6th is the day they're supposed to have everything down.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's always a sad time for me. I love Christmas, and I get really depressed when I got to take the stuff down. Sarah and I both do. It's a tough one.
Dude, I feel you, man. It's always fun coming in our house, like, because of all the decorations. Everything just feels warmer. And then when it's gone, you're just like, oh.
Right? Yeah, because it's cold, and it's dreary. The snow's all melted around here, but it's still cold and wet, and yeah, you're like, oh, how many months of this do we have now without any brightness?
Well, happy little Christmas. It's today.
Yep. Boom. Oh, look at this. All right, Christmas. Then. Little Christmas.
See, it's always the festive.
Money.
I feel like we're going to be celebrating the holidays throughout the entire year because right now Tatum is obsessed with this snowman decoration.
Uh-oh.
It's not even a doll. It was a decoration at our at Grandma's house. And she's obsessed with snowmen because of Frosty, so she grabbed it and has never let it go. Like, she goes everywhere with it, and it's about the same height as her. It's a decoration. It's not really a doll.
You know what? Your in-laws are nice people because I'd be like, that kid ain't taking my decoration. That would have been my first fight with my grandchild.
It's kind of hard to have that argument and it's to the point where she even took it to the doctor's office the other day.
Wow.
Like, okay. They're just walking around with it.
Yeah, I think that would be my first fight with my grandkid. I think, you know me, Steve. I don't care who you are. You're not taking my decorations.
Yeah, I have no idea when she's going to be over that phase, but I feel like we might have a snowman in our house year-round.
Aw. Yeah, well, congratulations. And you know what really is irritating is because I did see some of the cool things she got for Christmas, and you're like, this is what she wants. I mean, as a parent, you go, we didn't have to buy anything. We could have saved so much money.
Just take Grandma's decorations.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you first look at your kid and go, you know what, I'm done with you. I mean, how many hours did I spend putting this together to help Santa give you whatever this thing is, and this is all you want? Okay, great.
Well, I'm never going to say to her, you love that snowman so much, why don't you marry it? Because apparently there's a woman out there that took that literally because she loves the color pink so much that she decided to marry it.
Okay, what?
Her name is Kitten K. Sarah. She's from California. I don't know if that's her birth-given name.
Kitten K. Sarah.
I hope Kitten so. K. Sarah.
Okay.
And she loves the color pink so much that, yes, she married it in Vegas. There was a ceremony that happened. Rev, did you get married at the Little White Wedding Chapel?
No. We got married out at the Bonnie Springs Ranch.
It's funny that she married the color pink at the Little White Wedding Chapel. You think she was trying to find some kind of a pink-themed wedding place, but I don't know. I guess she's been wearing pink exclusively for 40 years.
Wow.
And here she is talking about how the idea came from a smart aleck kid 2 years ago that said, why don't you marry it?
People have companions, but mine is actually color. The child said on a skateboard that I should marry the color pink, and he was being sarcastic. He's like, you like pink so much, why don't you marry it? I'm like, not a bad idea.
Do you take the color pink, be the one you not only give love, respect, and compassion to, but also allow yourself to receive the same love from?
I do.
Who the hell are these people that came out for this?
I would go to that in a heartbeat. And she
went. She got pink cupcakes. I guess I'd go.
She went to the Little White Wedding Chapel, which had a pink Cadillac ceremony. I think she kind of failed on this whole thing,
right?
Oh, I will say this though, that's pretty impressive.
The cupcakes
I like the
do
cupcakes.
Look good. Yeah, I would go too.
And the cake looks good too. I will say this. I mean, when you're a little weird. I mean, this is the harmless kind of weird. This is the kind of weird I embrace.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's she hurting?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
The color purple.
Honestly.
Who she had an affair with.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. She was hanging out with purple, and then all of a sudden she's like, why purple?
That's true.
Pink to her DMs.
She can never wear a different color ever again.
Yeah. No. You're absolutely right.
See, I'm screwed at this, so I guess I'd have to marry the color black.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'm going to wear anything else besides that.
Well, you know what? That's a good point. We easily could tell you, hey, Steve, you love it so much.
But I'm not like, I got a car that's black. I painted my house black. I'm not like, my clothes are black. Not everything is black.
Well, again, you don't have the option. If we let you run wild, who knows what you would do in your life.
Well, I would take a job driving the Nutmobile, BJ, if I could.
What? Okay, this sounds like a euphemism. What do you mean? What does that even mean?
No, planners. They're looking to hire 3 new people to drive around, and it's Nutmobile.
Oh, right.
Which does sound like a new version of the bus videos that you used to see on a certain website.
Yeah.
Of the Bang Variety.
Of the Bang Variety. Wow.
Apparently, you'd have to commit to a full year of driving all over the country. and you are not just a driver, but you also have to dress up in character and be Mr. Peanut. That sounds like a lot of fun. Like right out of college, that seems like the greatest job ever.
Right?
You just drive the Nutmobile and you're Mr. Peanut.
Yeah. I thought, you know what? I mean, ever since he came back from the dead, that guy is, he's rolling.
It's funny. They did say that the ideal candidate is a recent college grad with a degree in sales and marketing, strong communication skills, and an appetite for adventure and peanuts. And you have to have a driver's license, of course.
I do like peanuts.
That would be so much fun. Straight out of college, just tour the country in the Nutmobile.
I agree with that. It is the perfect after college
Just
gig.
think of all the stories you would have from that.
Yeah.
My summer on the Nutmobile.
Right? The summer of nut.
The summer of nut. And look, let's be honest. You know that at some point you're going to get romantic in the Nutmobile, right? That's got to happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't do anything illegal where you get busted.
Hey, I see what you did there.
All right. So this weekend, obviously, there's some football still going on, and we're going to watch.
Wait, really? Is there an important game anywhere for anybody?
Yes, and that's what I wanted to talk about, BJ.
Oh, okay.
I want to see this happen so bad. I don't know if it will, but obviously, a lot of teams are still knocking on the playoff door, trying to get in
the hunt.
Yeah, you got to. Hopefully, a team loses and you win, and this. You never know what's going to happen. Well, there's one situation that seems pretty crazy, and also it's very unlikely, but you never know. So the Colts are playing the Jaguars.
Okay,
if the Colts lose, the Chargers and the Raiders have a chance at getting into the playoffs, and they're playing against each other.
And so the Colts have to lose to the Jaguars for that game to mean anything.
For this to happen.
Yeah.
And if it does, both of them can make the playoffs if they tie.
What?
Oh, wow.
So what is the incentive for them to even play a game at that point?
Because the league and everything will just straight up implode if they start. And both teams, the coach of the Chargers, no, we're going out there to try and win. Because some people are like, why don't they just take a knee, both teams, and tie? And then they don't have to worry about not making the playoffs.
Wow.
Of course, they're not going to do that. But wouldn't that be something?
Yes.
If they, what a story if the two coaches got in cahoots and they talked to their teams like, look, let's just score 14 points each and just make a lot of mistakes. And both of us just walk into the playoffs. Let's make it look like we're trying to both win, but let's not.
I mean, it's an interesting thing to know that you could tie to get in the playoffs. I mean, you could play that way. I mean, normally people do try to play for a certain situation, but to play for a win or a tie, I mean, that is a strategy.
Like the coach for the Chargers even just said, "Look, we all respect the game. That's not going to happen." There's also there's collusion issues. There's this, there's that, all this stuff. But that regardless, if the Colts lose, Sunday Night Football just got interesting. What if they actually do tie?
So that's the Sunday Night Football game is the Chargers and the Raiders. Wow.
It timed out great.
I just want to be clear, though. You, as a strategy, you could play for a tie because you go, you know what, if we do this, we may lose the game, but if we play more defensively or whatever, we could just tie the game, and that's good enough. Like, let's say it is tied, and each team decide to be much more defensive-minded so that they don't give up big plays. You're not throwing the game at that point.
True.
You are literally trying to get into the playoffs. So that's one scenario where where you could actually play for a tie.
See, for me, I think it would be a lot more fun, though, if they just take a knee, let the clock run out, take a knee, let the clock run out. I would watch that game. It's like watching paint dry, but I still would watch that game.
I would love just to hear the commentators when that's going down. How are you going to fill that time, buddy?
Well, think about that. If there's 1 minute or 1 minute left in the game and you're tied, but you have the ball, you're not going to try to do anything where if you throw an interception, they can come back and get a pick six.
I wouldn't.
You would take a knee. I mean, that's exactly what you would do.
That's just smart strategy. That's not cheating. That's just like, look, if we don't F up, we make the playoffs. Sure, they do too, but who cares?
Yeah, because you know what? You want to get into the playoffs, and that's all you care about. Yeah, that is boy, is that a cool scenario. And if you're the Jaguars, man, I mean, granted, they don't have their coach anymore. I mean, their whole season's just been a mess. But still, you got something to play for. That's your Super Bowl. What a cool scenario to say that you were part of that kind of history.
Obviously, there's some massive ifs for any of this to happen. But, man, if it did, I'm sure it's all watching Sunday night.
Yeah.
What a game that would be.
Woo, baby.
As far as weather, 50 degrees. It's going to rain today. Thank you, Snoqualmie Casino, for giving us the Migs report. And that's what's up.
And we are the 1 o'clock game, Steve. Is that what
sure.
if we care?
125.
Sure.
125.
Steve doesn't care.
I don't. I have.
It's
I
either
have
1 or 125. I usually turn on my TV at 1 and I look at the clock on the game and I'm like, oh, I got some more time. I'll finish vacuuming.
Mm-hmm. I haven't paid attention to know whether or not if we beat the Cardinals and if the Rams win actually the other way around. The Cardinals beat us and the Rams lose. If the Cardinals will be like the first place team, I have no idea if that's true.
Why they'd win the division? I'm not sure if they would be first place.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So they would win the division. Oh, so then it does mean something that if the Hawks beat the Cardinals. So I mean, again, that's your Super Bowl right there. I mean, you're gonna want to keep the Cardinals from getting because I believe things could go in a certain way where whoever is on top in our division could actually have the best record. If all the other dudes lose.
And then I think because it's the 49ers versus the Rams, and I think if the 49ers beat the Rams, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
So everyone in the NFC West except for us is in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. And we had a chance. I mean, we really could have done it. And I don't know if that's ever been done before. If like 4 teams from the same division have been in the playoffs, I have no idea, but that would have been cool. It looked like it was going to be the case for the first 2 games of the season.
And then it went downhill.
All right, well, congratulations to us. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
The 1977 movie Annie Hall was directed by whom?
I don't know. Roddenberry.
No.
Spielberg.
No.
Hitchcock.
No.
I'm really happy, though, that you do remember the great name of Gene Roddenberry. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was actually Woody Allen who, Woody Allen's name is a little tainted, so. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs. We'll do that at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes, those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learned to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS Major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.